I got a ring light. How fun is that? I love it. 2024 was not a fucking good year for me. No, not at all. It was shit. It was such a waste of a year. I feel like I just wasted the entire time. I'm going to forever look back on 2024 as just a year that I did nothing. I literally achieved nothing in the entire 365 days. Like, I wasted that time. And that sucks. I'm pissed about it. I'm not happy about it. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm moving on. It's whatever. The year is done with. 2024 was my first year out of uni. It was my first year after graduating, and that is the time when you're meant to put in the work, to put down, lay those paving slabs to get you on the road to a better future and get you working on your aspirations and your dreams and your goals in life. And I have not put in the work. I haven't done anything. Honestly, it sucks. It sucks, bitch. A typical week in 2024 would normally involve me going out about 3 nights a week, sometimes even fucking 5 nights in a row. Like, that is disgusting. That is so bad. And most of the time I would get so fucked off my face that I would not remember the entire night. And that sucks. Like, what's the point in going out if you're not going to remember it? Like, ugh. I was not creative at all last year. Didn't paint much, didn't do anything. And the paintings that I did do, I just felt like they were so repetitive. I felt like a printer, not an artist. Like, ugh. After uni, I promised myself I wouldn't get back into drugs. I promised myself I'm never touching drugs again, but very quickly in 2024 I got right back into doing class A's every night. Like, what is that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself? My sleep schedule was fucked. Even the other night I got to bed at 7 in the morning. What the fuck? I didn't even go out the night before. I just was playing Sims for so long, and it's been like that for the whole of 2024. Just shit sleep, shit diet, drinking all the time, shoving shit up my nose, and it like, I don't know why. I don't have any excuses. Like, why did I do that? I know people that are actually having really successful lives after uni. People that got worse grades than me are doing great, and I'm just sort of like, well, fuck, what am I doing wrong? In my last year of uni, I was in such a like solid friendship group. It was my first time ever being in like a friendship group where I felt really secure. I felt like I had a solid place there. I felt like everyone liked me. That was kind of a big thing. It was my first time ever experiencing that. And so after we all left uni, we ended up dotted around the country. I can slowly feel myself drifting away from people that I was glued to for the whole of uni. And that sucks. And I think while I've been in Brighton, when I moved to Brighton, I didn't really know anyone here. I kind of just had to make friends where I could and stick around with them if I could. And so I think since leaving uni, I've just been trying to like group together people and trying to get that feeling back of feeling like a part of something. But I haven't, well, I managed it, but I managed it at the expense of my liver. I've realised towards the end of last year that everyone around me in Brighton, they're kind of just going out friends. The only time I ever see people is when I'm drinking. And I think that's half the reason why I'm drinking so much, is because I'm kind of just lonely at this point in my life. And the people I've met have all been great. The people I've got around me in Brighton, I love them. Like, I've had a lovely time with them. But if you're only seeing people when you're drunk and when you're going out, it does make you question, do these people actually know me? Like, do they actually care about me? And towards the end of the year, I was just sort of worrying about that. And I was thinking a lot about it. And I was thinking, fuck, like, I've gone from that close, tight-knit group where I felt so secure to sort of being like, am I... But I don't know, maybe that's just me overthinking. Probably is. I know there's people that do care for me. Yeah, it's definitely just me overthinking. But it just makes you worry when you're only drinking and that's the only activity you do. You're not spending any quality time with people. So that needs to change this year. I think that's obvious. But we are entering a new year. Exciting, and I decided it is time to change. It's time to change up this lifestyle that I've been living, because it's not sustainable, it's not healthy, it's not fun anymore. Like, I'm bored of it and I need to make some changes. So I told myself that dry January was kind of the best option for me. Like, why not give it a shot, see if I can actually do a month without drinking? I could not. I lasted 9 days of dry January. To be fair, on the 9th, I only got a little bit tipsy. It was the first time ever just getting tipsy in the club and not getting wasted. So that was an improvement. But then 2 days later, I got fucked at the club again. I just felt there was weird vibes at the club and I needed to drink, so I just got wasted. Anyway, I obviously failed at turning things around this month. Like, I fucked up. I can admit that. I'm beating myself up about it and I'm not happy with myself, but it's whatever. It is fine. I've still got time to turn things around this year. There have been some recent events in the last few days that have brought about a bit of a weird energy that I don't want to surround myself with. Out of respect for the people that are involved, I'm not going to go into details, but basically I have taken the executive decision to remove myself from a certain situation that wasn't serving me. And right now, all I'm feeling about it is kind of sad, because that situation is kind of all I've come to know about life in Brighton. So I'm kind of feeling a bit lost here. I'm feeling a bit on my own, but it was necessary. I have a bad habit of letting people walk over me like a doormat, and I have a bad habit of not really laying down any boundaries. So I'm trying to change that. I need to be more firm on what my morals are and how I actually view myself. One of my friends from uni that I used to live with, she was very strict with her boundaries, and she was very like sure of herself and knew what she deserved from people. And sometimes it would come across as like, oh, like that's a bit much. I can't ever picture myself being like that. But I always really admired her for how well she knew her self-worth. And I'm trying to be a bit more like her. And so that is the reason for me removing myself from this situation and kind of shutting off a certain part of my life. I don't know if that will be permanent, but it's a necessary change to try and make a difference to my life this year. Because I'm not 13 anymore and I don't want to be surrounded by drama. I can't be surrounded by bad vibes. You know, I'm going to be very selective with what I surround myself with. And if something is not a positive environment for me, then what's the point in sticking around with it? I'm too old for this shit. Like, it's like the last few days have been a bit rough. They've been a bit shit. I've been feeling a little bit down, feeling a little bit upset, but it is what it is. I'm used to it. It's fine. It's given me some time to reflect and some time to be on my own and actually consider what I want to get out of this year and how I can make a change from 2024. My main issue with last year is I wasn't creative enough. I'm an artist. I do portrait painting. That is my main passion in life. And I did not make enough time for that last year. So I really want to make a change and actually take the time to be creative this year. I want to keep going with making content, with doing YouTube, with doing TikTok, because I really enjoy doing that. Like, I never did that with the aim of getting an audience, but it's worked out pretty good on TikTok. And I just love it. It's so much fun, and I love meeting you guys. So I wanna try and take that a bit more serious now, hence the ring light. The other day, I was on FaceTime to my parents because I was kind of down once again, and I was just thinking, okay, I just need to talk to someone. So I was talking to them about this book that I had seen. I've seen this book all over Instagram, all over TikTok, all over YouTube, and it just seems really interesting. Like, I'm very intrigued. And so I was chatting to them about this book, and next thing I know, literally today, the book fucking arrives. My mum ordered it for me. Like, oh, like, isn't that so sweet of her? I wasn't expecting that at all, but I think she just saw how sad I was. And she was like, all right, we need to sort him out. This is a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. This is meant to be like a life-changing book. There are so many like successful screenwriters, playwriters. Doechii read this book before she was popular. She did exactly what I'm doing, and she did like YouTube vlogs talking about her experience with it. It is meant to like change your life creatively. It's meant to really unlock that creative side of your brain. So I'm really excited about this. My mum also got the workbook for me, which was not necessary at all, but I appreciate it. But like, I could have just got a little notepad, but either way, I've got this now. So the idea of this book is meant to be kind of like a spiritual journey. It's a 12-week course for people, and you don't have to be a creative, you don't have to be an artist, but the idea of it is it unlocks your inner artist and it unleashes that sort of blocked off creative voice that you have inside of you. Now, last year, as I said, I've not been creative enough. I feel like a printer. Like, everything I've been coming out with, it just feels so samey, it feels so repetitive, and it feels like I'm making art, but I'm not being creative about it. Like, I'm not actually coming up with stuff from my head. I'm just doing portraits based off a picture, like based off a fucking photo. And I'm not actually using the creative side of my brain that I used to when I was a kid. And this book is kind of meant to help you tackle that. So I'm really excited for this journey. I'm really excited to see how it goes. In the 12 weeks of this course, there are different tasks that you have to complete throughout your week. There's 10 tasks per week, I'm pretty sure. You don't have to complete all of them, but I think I might as well try. And there's some standard tasks that you do every single day. For example, every single day, first thing in the morning, first thing you have to do is you just have to fill 3 pages of a book just writing, just free form writing, not worrying about how your words are sounding or what you're even talking about. You just write and you just fill the whole 3 pages. So that's what I did this morning. I woke up early. I tried to fix my sleep schedule and it worked. I woke up really excited to start my day because I'd be doing this. First thing I did was did the 3 pages. I don't really know how that is meant to affect your life. Like, apparently you end up making some really good self-discoveries from that. This morning I was just talking about recent events that had happened and kind of just like trauma dumping. But hopefully something good will come of that. Also, every week you're meant to take yourself on an artist date. What an artist date is you're effectively taking your inner child on a day out. You've got this kid inside of you and you need to spend a bit more time with it. So once a week you just have to go out and you have to do something just stupid or do something that inspires you or do something that doesn't even matter that much. Just spend some time completely alone doing something that you think your inner child would enjoy. One of the examples in the book was go to the pound shop and just buy some glow-in-the-dark stars and stick them on your ceiling, which I kind of want to do now. And there's another weekly task, which is basically filling your pond with fish, whatever that means. Now, I think that is just taking inspiration from mundane things you do in your life. One of the examples was having a shower. Having a shower is not like a logical task that you have to fulfill. It's just something you do. And while you're showering, your creative side of your brain is kind of unlocked. Another example was driving on the motorway, because it's kind of like a mundane task. You're just sort of flowing through the traffic. Apparently Steven Spielberg gets his best ideas while he's driving on the motorway. So that's interesting. I don't know what sort of tasks I do apart from showering and maybe going on a walk every now and then that does fill my pond with fish, like creative ideas as fish. I don't know. That's the bit that's confusing me, but hopefully I'll work it out in this 12-week process. So today is day 1 of starting this course, and my aim for this YouTube channel is I'm going to try my best to do a weekly video just to talk about how my week has been, talk about how the process of this book is going for me. Apparently this is meant to be like a vigorous course and you're meant to get really fucking sick of it by the end of it, so we'll see how I do. Right now I'm feeling good about it. I'm just feeling excited to see where it leads me. You know, right now I'm a portrait artist. You never know, by the end of it I could realize I want to be a marine biologist or something, so we will see. But yeah, I needed a change this year and I think this book is the way for that to happen, and I'm excited to start the journey. If you want to keep up to date with these videos, then you're by all means welcome, but I'm not posting these videos necessarily to get an audience or to get followers or whatever. I'm kind of just doing this as a diary entry. But if you're interested in this book, then it could show you if you think that it's going to work for you. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. I will try my best to do the weekly videos. No promises, but I'm really going to try and put the work in. And yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll see where I am in 12 weeks' time. I'll try and post a video on Sunday, so see you then.